Hello friends, welcome back to the Cooking Chronicles. I am Ingrid and today we're going to make papas rellenas. You do not want to miss this video. All right, so once again, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be making papas rellenas, or also known as rellena de papas. Either way, it is a delicious street food that you will find throughout the island of Puerto Rico. It is found in mostly all of the bakeries. It is eaten as a snack or an appetizer. It is so filling and so delicious. I'm going to start by using 6 russet potatoes. Now, the russet potatoes are the best to use when making this particular recipe. I am going to peel them and I'm also going to cube them and I'm going to bring them to a boil until the potatoes are tender. Okay, do not season the water at this point because we will add some salt and other seasonings as we're preparing the stuffed potatoes, which is relleno de papa, basically translated in English. We're also going to use some ground beef. This is what's called a picadillo. You can use beef, pork, chicken, turkey, whatever you want. I'm using a mixture of 3 ground meats, which is the beef, the pork, and veal. You're going to season it to your liking. I'm going to add some olives, but if you don't like olives, this is something that you can leave out. You can also season it to your liking. I'm going to use, by adding some sofrito, I'm going to use some Sazon, some adobo, some Tony's Creole seasoning. I'm going to mix this up and then I am going to let the meat finish so that we can use this as our filling. Now, again, this is so nostalgic for me because I remember eating these as a little girl, and I mean, every time that I make them, and I haven't made them in a long time, it always takes me back to when I was, again, it brings back a lot of childhood memories. And so let me give you a little bit of history as to what a relleno de papa or papa rellena is. Basically, it was invented for soldiers during the war between Peru and Chile because this popular snack is also well known throughout Latin America, right? And then once it hit Puerto Rico, we made it our own and we just kind of ran with it. And so the history of this delicious treat takes us back to 1879 in the height of the War of the Pacific. Now, Peruvian soldiers needed to march long distance and the soldiers had to carry pre-made food. So using their ingenuity, they would cook beef or other meat prepared in a rough chop or grind, seasoned and cooked. Then they made a kind of dough with previously cooked potatoes. Now, here, as you can see, the potatoes are hot. I strained out the water. I added some salt. You're also going to add in 1 egg and you're going to add in some Sazon for coloring. Now, this is a step that you can omit. I like it because I like for the potato not to be so pale, and you want to make sure that you mash these potatoes. You can also use a ricer, which will help with this process. Okay, so you want to mix all of those ingredients together, and this is how we're going to make our dough. Okay, and so all they would do is take these previously cooked potatoes. They will form a hollow in which they place the seasoned meat, and I'm going to show you that step in a minute. And then we would, once you fill the potatoes with the meat, you are going to shape them into a nice little ball, and you're gonna fry them up. But before frying, of course, you will see that I will create a egg wash, and I'm also gonna have some seasoned breadcrumbs so that we can coat the outside of the ball. But of course, you're also gonna use some Argo cornstarch, and you're gonna add in about 4 tablespoons into the mixture. You don't want to use too much cornstarch because you don't want to take away the texture of the potato, and you don't want it to be too gummy. You just want to make sure that it's gonna that the starch is gonna allow for the potato to set and not break when you're deep frying them. So this is what you're seeing me do now. I have the scrambled eggs in a separate bowl. That's gonna be my wash. and I have the breadcrumbs set aside so that I'm able to begin forming my relleno de papa or papa rellena. Again, that means stuffed potato. So as you can see here, I'm placing some dough in my hand. I'm hollowing out the middle, and I'm adding in the picadillo and forming it into a ball. Once I form it into a ball, I'm gonna go ahead and put it into the egg wash. Now, you know, don't mind if the potato begins to lose its shape as you're dipping them in the egg wash and also rolling them around into the breadcrumbs, because you can always reshape it once you have fully coated the entire potato. And we coat this with the breadcrumbs because we want it to have a crunchy outside. We want the texture to be crunchy. All right, so here I go. I'm gonna form another one just so you guys can see how to prepare this. You can make them as big or as small as you want. I like the medium sized. This is just about right for my liking, but you can do them however you see fit. This recipe can yield about 10 papas rellenas. If you shape them to the size that I did here in this video. You can make more if you make them smaller. You can make this ahead of time so that you can have it ready for whenever you're serving it. Once you shape all of your potato balls, you're going to want to preheat some oil and deep fry them on all sides. Then you want to make sure that you let them cool off by putting it in a strainer, lining it with a paper towel so it can absorb any excess oil. And my friends, there you have it. These are my relleno de papa. They came out really good. I served them up with some rice and some ribs. I mean, this whole meal was delicious. I served this up as an appetizer and they ate them up so fast. It's not even funny. If you would like for me to try one of your recipes, please leave it in the comments down below. I always welcome suggestions. I look forward to sharing more delicious recipes with you. Until the next video, guys. Bye.